Welcome back, Kipsters. Today's math problems involve classifying triangles by their sides or by their angles, or doing both. So let's review how to classify triangles. First, by their sides. Using this anchor chart, you can see if the triangle has 3 equal sides, if all 3 sides are the same length, then that is an equilateral triangle. If it has 2 sides the same length, that is an isosceles triangle. If all the sides are different lengths and there are no equal sides, that is a scalene triangle. When you classify triangles by their angles, we're going to start in the middle with a right triangle. There only has to be one right angle of 90 degrees for the triangle to be a right triangle. You can only have one right angle in a triangle anyways. If all the angles are less than 90 degrees or less than a right angle, if they're all acute, then that is an acute triangle. And finally, if there's just one obtuse angle or one angle that's greater than 90 degrees, that is an obtuse triangle. Problem 1. Identify each of the following triangles as acute, obtuse, or right triangles. Explain why you classified it as each shape. So for triangle A, triangle B, and triangle C, you want to classify it just by their angles. Think about using a right angle template to help figure out or determine if the angles in the triangle are acute, right, or obtuse. You can use a note card, a post-it note, or really the corner of any paper to hold up to the screen and determine those angles. Problem 2. Identify each of the following triangles by their angle measures and side lengths. Hint, you will have 2 classifications for each triangle. So you need to choose the angle classification and the side classification. For example, you might have a right isosceles triangle. You should have 2 of those choices for each triangle. Now's your chance to determine the classifications for each of the 6 triangles and type your answers in the comments. Please pause the video and do that now before the answers are reviewed. Remember, for triangles A, B, and C, it only asked you to classify them by their angle measures. So looking at triangle A, you can see that all angles in this triangle are acute. They are all less than 90 degrees or less than a right angle. So this is an acute triangle. In the bottom left corner of triangle B, there is a small square, and that indicates it is a right angle, making this triangle a right triangle. It has one angle that measures 90 degrees. Although this triangle looks a little different than triangle A, all of the angle measures are still less than 90 degrees. So again, this is another acute triangle. Remember, for triangles D, E, and F, we will need 2 classifications, a side and an angle classification. So triangle D has 2 tick marks or 2 dashes on 2 of the sides, and that tells me 2 of the sides are equal. The angle in between those equal sides looks greater than 90 degrees, which I can check with the right angle template. So therefore, we know that triangle D is an obtuse isosceles triangle. It has one obtuse angle and 2 side lengths that are equal. Triangle E is an acute equilateral triangle. It is acute because all the angles are less than 90 degrees, and it is equilateral because all the sides are equal. I don't need a ruler, I don't need to measure them. The dashes, once again, are the tick marks on the sides, tell me that those are all equal. Although there is no small square in that bottom left corner of the triangle, I can use my right angle template to prove that it is a 90-degree or right angle. So that makes this triangle a right triangle. And looking at the sides, there are no tick marks this time to prove that 2 or 3 of them are equal. That means they're all different lengths. So this triangle is right scalene.